Hi, I'm Janelle Shalla, and this is the 7th of my introductory videos on crystal healing.
Hello there, Janelle. My name is Purple Dan, and this is only my 4th video debunking crystal healing. I got some catching up to do.
One of the questions I get asked an awful lot is, I'm really stressed, I'm really anxious, I'm really worried. What can I do? What crystals will help me with that?
Other than ADD, stress and anxiety is something I sometimes have to deal with. I've tried many things in the past with various amounts of success, so I am intrigued.
So I'm just going to give you a couple of quick ideas just for that very purpose. One of the most important things when you're suffering from stress is everything's in the head. You're overthinking everything. Everything's up here. Everything's really stressful.
Well, of course it's in your head. Stress and anxiety is psychological in nature. Not everyone experiences the feeling the same though. Personally, I get a feeling of dread, impending doom, like everything is about to end, and that just fighting the feeling is an exercise in futility. Other people feel different though. Some people get a runny tummy, a stomach ache, or even numb legs.
Crystals we associate with this area are generally the purple crystals.
We are already 39 seconds into this video and I'm already crying on the inside. Janelle says that the color purple affects the head. She's of course referring to the 6th chakra, or the 3rd eye chakra. It's commonly associated with the color purple. Before we go a second further, however, we should define some constants first. Indigo and violet are both spectral colors, falling between 446 nanometers and 380 nanometers in wavelength. Purple, on the other hand, is a non-spectral color. It's actually a combination of red and blue. On a very, very less scientific note, chakras are spiraling vortices of energy found at 7 places throughout the body. In these beliefs, it's said that life is split into 2 realms. One physical realm containing the mass and one psychological realm containing the energy. The chakras are supposed to connect these two somehow. If you're now wondering what these two things have in common and have to do with each other, honestly, I don't exactly know either.
And first and foremost, amethyst. So I have as an example an amethyst cluster which you can have in the room, but probably easier is having a small amethyst crystal or a tumble stone that you can carry with you.
Amethyst is a purple to violet variety of quartz. The purple color is actually due to radiation damage of the iron in the crystal lattice. I should also point out that amethyst varies wildly in color. This can be due to the amount of iron in the structure, as well as the amount and type of irradiation it received over its lifetime. This can lead to some very, very purple to dark violet crystals to yellowish to white crystals. It seems that the composition of the mineral really doesn't matter here. It's only about the color. So a pure purple color crystal should have a different effect than a pure violet colored crystal, because purple is not the same color as violet. It's not physically the same. The spectra is different. But yet in this case, it just looks sort of purplish, so it should help. I do not understand this, and obviously she does not explain it at all.
Amethyst is really, really soothing. It helps with sleep issues.
I do agree. Looking at nice crystalline minerals is definitely soothing. But how on earth can these rocks help us sleep at night? Unless you bash someone over the head with it, like.
It helps to calm down the pineal gland, which actually has quite a bit of effect on your sleep regulation, so it will help to correct sleep patterns if there's a difficulty.
The calming of the pineal gland makes no sense. The gland secretes melatonin, which regulates sleeping patterns. And if by calming you mean reducing the amount of hormones it secretes, it would actually have the opposite effect you're suggesting. Again, there's simply no mechanism how this is gonna work.
There aren't that many purple crystals.
Not a lot of purple minerals. Are you mad? Besides from the obvious purple fluorite and amethyst, there are also other minerals, such as fluoroapatite, vesuvianite, bidylite, strangite, ileite, and stitchtite. What about heterosite? Wait. Violin, bentorite, or even yoderite. And purpurite. Okay, sure, if you compare purple minerals to, let's say, blue minerals and red minerals, then yeah, there is rather few purple minerals. But there's still a lot of purple minerals. If you want rare, try lime green. There are not a lot of lime green crystals. One I do know of is ulrichite, which is quite pretty, by the way.
But amongst the other ones, there is charoite and also violet fluorite.
Violet fluorite, but it's not purple. I already said it earlier. Purple is not violet. Violet is part of the rainbow spectrum of colors. Purple is not. Purple is what you get if you constructively interfere red and blue. You get then purple. How can these two distinctly physical different colors have the same effect in a person? How?
Another extremely calming stone is blue chalcedony or blue lace agate.
Okay, now you're moving completely away from chakras. Blue has nothing to do with the head chakra. It's actually associated with the throat chakra. Well, okay, maybe it makes you swear less when you're super stressed or something. I don't know.
They are actually the same stone. Blue lace agate, where you get the layering in it, has white quartz or white jasper layered with the blue chalcedony.
Yeah, blue chalcedony is the same as blue lace agate. Both are just an agglomeration of quartz crystals. She is, however, very wrong when she says white jasper. No such thing exists. Jasper is just a quartz or chalcedony containing hematite, giving it a lovely rusty iron sheen to it. It's kind of pretty. Although slightly boring, to be honest.
Blue chalcedony is just purely blue like this. Very, very calming, very, very soothing, and it can also be a really good one for helping with sleep issues.
I appreciate your concern for my sleeping issues, Janelle. My personal recommendation, however, is astrocyanite. It has a lovely blue color and it simply calms the soul. It's also highly radioactive. So there's that. At least it would affect your health in some way.
And finally, most people who are suffering from difficulties around anxiety or stress will have problems with not being very grounded.
What even, as opposed to feeling ungrounded, like floating outside your body? If you do experience this, please do comment down below. Also, lay off the hallucinogens and consult your local healthcare practitioner, i.e. a real doctor. Please.
By grounded, I mean really being in your body, not just feet on the floor, but being fully present in your body. I talk about this as being centered, but there are a number of different grounding crystals you can use. The more grounded you are, the calmer you are.
I do agree on this. If you're not tripping balls, you tend to feel a bit more calmer. I too would lose my butt if I was flying 5 meters off the ground.
The less affected you are by other people, other things, other circumstances, and other energies. So you're much more powerful in yourself. And anything that can tonify your chi or life force, so make it stronger, make it denser, will make you less vulnerable to outside things.
Jina is now floating around in Oriental traditions. When you take that back to Indian traditions, chi means prana. There's no evidence for its existence, let alone any evidence to suggest that a rock may affect it in any way, shape or form.
So first and foremost, I would say my favorite grounding crystal is black tourmaline. It's highly protective. It's also one of the best ones for electromagnetic stress. So if you're affected by working on the computer for long periods of time, place a piece between you and the computer, make a huge difference.
I'm always intrigued by how these people come up with this nonsense. I'm thinking always of this as someone is sitting there, has a problem in the back, maybe a problem in the foot, maybe a problem in the head, picks up a rock, maybe he feels better afterwards, and then there we go. That's how it works. Although, I'm probably giving them too much credit. It's probably just some random person there picking up any sort of rock, going, this looks pretty. I'm pretty sure this will help for... This will probably work for a toothache. I'm sure purple looks like... It looks calm, calms a toothache. There we go. Then you just put it online. You make up a story about how it worked for your grandmother. You make the website full of flowers and use the title is used. Papyrus font usually works for the titles, and you just sell it online for hundreds of dollars. The website will give it all the authority it needs to sell it to suburban moms, I'm sure.
Other ones of the black grounding crystals are smoky quartz, jet, which isn't actually a crystal at all. It's an organic, but we still sell it, we talk about it, we buy it as a crystal or a mineral.
You're right, jet is actually organic. It's a type of lignite, which is not too dissimilar to anthracite. What's jet doing here anyways? It's not a crystal. It brings down the whole argument you have for crystals if just, you know, a lump of gold can do the same thing as just beautiful... Oh, well, that's not a beautiful crystal. This beautiful crystal. I mean, it's coal. This is what naughty kids get for Christmas. And somehow it's going to help you. Makes you feel grounded. Jesus, I don't understand these things, Janelle. I really don't.
Obsidian, which is a volcanic glass.
Obsidian is not a crystal, nor is it a mineral. It's a rock. A pretty beautiful rock, but still a rock.
One of the few red crystals, genuinely red crystals we have.
Wait, well, what does genuinely red crystal mean? What about rhodochrosite? Is this not red enough for you? What about cinnabar? Zircon? Vanadinite? Are these poor crystals not good enough for you?
Is garnet, and it has to be the almandine or pyrope variety, the one we think of as garnet.
Well, garnet comes in a variety of different colors. Saying you only think of garnet as being usually red sounds a bit racist to me. Just saying.
The very, very deep red. There are other garnets in many, many other colors. Don't use them necessarily for grounding unless it's the melanite, which is the black garnet.
Very racist, actually. Saying that colors are not good enough for you. Disgusting.
Very grounding and protecting is tiger's eye. And this is an example that has both blue and gold tiger's eye, but blue tiger's eye more than the gold for grounding. But they're both very helpful for this problem.
Sure, the blue variety is better for you. It also contains more asbestos, that is. I'm serious. Tiger's eye comes from crystallite. Crystallite is a type of asbestos. It's usually called blue asbestos. It transforms, it grows more quartz over the crystals. These crystals transform into quartz crystals as well, and it fades from being blue and fibrous to being blue and solid. These nice little light stripes through it, and then it changes into like a gold color. At that point, it's only quartz and it contains no more asbestos. That sheen, by the way, if you hold up to the light, it's called chatoyancy.
And finally, pyrite.
Oh my god, I need such a pyrite cube in my life.
Now, this is a natural pyrite cube. It actually grows like this. This is how it forms.
Oh yeah, that's true. It actually does grow like that. Perfect cubic cleavage.
The cubic shape is in sacred geometry considered to be a symbol of earth. It's very, very structured, very grounding, very containing. It's one of the best grounding crystals I know.
And there we go, off the deep end. I only have this little rock containing a bit of pyrite. Look at it. It's sad, really.
All of these will help with anxiety.
No, they really don't. They're just minerals. Well, except for you, Chet. You don't belong here. Minerals have no mechanism to affect you. Well, unless it's radioactive or poisonous. That's different. If you do have problems with stress and anxiety, just take a tiny break. Go exercise some breathing, or go outside, or pet a cat. Whatever it is, there's always help for you. Tiny things may not always work, But if you really are struggling, you should see a doctor. Medication will help. Now, go to work, go play, go eat. Go. Of course, you can also just pour yourself a glass of whiskey. Or just, light yourself a pipe. If any of you are wondering, this is actual whiskey. It's good now, so I was really whiskey. It's really good.